Hello, welcome back to Tabletop Tap Room. I'm Tom, aka Jeddion, your host, and we are reporting on a dumpster fire again. These guys are the gift that keeps on giving, or the rash that just won't go away, as said by Eric Tenkar. Who am I talking about? We're talking about Wizards of the Coast being sued by TSR. And there's been a lot of reporting on this. I was planning to do a video, but so many other video bloggers have been doing videos. I was like, and so much happens so fast. I haven't even been. How do you even keep up with this? It's impossible. But I'll eventually do a video on the lawsuit and on the fundraiser for the lawsuit. If I can, get myself a nice roadmap for that. But I'm kind of want to hit something else here, but it stems from the lawsuit. Now, the lawsuit came about, and then instantly people were like, we think you filed in the wrong venue. And of course, if you file in the wrong venue, what happens is in federal court, because I looked this up, is that any of the parties can put forward a statement asking for it to be dismissed based off of wrong venue. So all Wizards of the Coast has to do is says, hey, wrong venue, and it'll be dismissed. Or the judge himself can say, this is the wrong venue. You shouldn't have filed in my court. Why are you wasting my time? And he can dismiss. Or he can transfer it to the proper court in the interest of justice. And this is just not a interest of justice case. So it was bound to be dismissed, and TSR very quickly, here, let's get the statement from Justin Lanasta himself. The suit, a withdrawal of the suit. I'm being tongue-in-cheek when I say he hates birds, because suet is what is a high-energy bird feed that you put out. It's fat and bird seed packed together. The squirrels, of course, love it. And my dad started bird watching there in the last few years of his life, and he was putting out the bird seed in the suet cage. And I was informed upon his death that from infinity and beyond, I had to keep putting out the bird seed in the suet because it would be cruel to the birds since they come to depend upon this food source. Justin has announced that he is withdrawing the suet, and I'm like, what has he got against birds? And of course, I'm being tongue-in-cheek on this, but it's a common theme with Justin, and that he just doesn't use spell check or Grammarly or whatever. And let's look at this other from the he corrected withdrawal of suet. and then added an extra C declaratory. And clownfish down here, we have, we have this extra C for declaratory, but down here we have, ask TSR for clarification. I'm going to need a clarification on what clarification is. It's a common theme with posts by Justin. He just doesn't use spell check at all. It's against his religion, maybe. I don't know. But this leapfrogs us into a pattern I've noticed with this game company. And the real subject of this video is why I don't know that I would want to spend money on their products, because the problem here, when you start looking at their products, this here is promotional material promoting their new board game, Dungeon Crawl. And when you look up here, this good luck card says, avoid one situation card that you choose. Simple counter it by playing this card. I mean, obviously that should be simply counter it by playing this card. And when you look here at this haggling card, the grammar here is just horrible. You run into a haggling, period. They are clingy and smelly, period. So now it clings to you in fear, period. Lowercase y. You gag from the smell, period. So your next movement roll is that, I, this really could have benefited from some editing. The healer card's not quite so bad. There's uh, here's the game. And then this card here. Now, Eric Tenkar made a big issue about this card on his video because of verses. And this verses is verse as in the verse of a song, or William Shakespeare wrote a lot of verse. It's about written verse, and it's the homonym. And if you look up here on this book produced by Ernest Gary Gygax Jr., he knows to use the right verses, versus, which means against. But here's just and I stole this right off of their Dungeon Hobby Shop Museum store, just for comparison purposes, because Ernie has his act together, whereas whoever their editor is at TSR, but they put this stuff out as their promotional material. We're selling this game, and it makes them look so unprofessional. And I'm like, who's doing the editing there? And I get it. Look, it's okay for, I guess it's okay for Justin to just not edit his post. And, and I've been guilty of the same thing. It's just so unprofessional, especially when you're making an announcement that you're withdrawing a lawsuit. Get it together, guys. Get it together. I just worry about dropping $40 on a game, and then I'm going to get this dumpster fire of poor editing, poor grammar. So I would be hesitant to ever drop any money on their stuff. And there's one more thing here we can point out. Let me bring this up for you. This is Tails and Tots. It's Justin Lanassa's game. $12, not a lot of money. I guess you could, drop money on that. I just don't know. I mean, would I risk it? I mean, is this going to be typical Justin Lanassa fare? I mean, they keep showing us that they're slipshod and shoddy, and it just makes me hesitant to ever drop any money on anything they ever produce. So, yeah, I was tongue in cheek when I said that they hate birds, they're cruel to animals. Just the whole we're going to withdraw the suit. What are you got against birds? No, they're not cruel to. I have no evidence that they're cruel to animals, but they sure are funny with stuff that they release. It is a dumpster fire over there. It is amusing, and a lot of other people are reporting on the lawsuit itself. I may eventually get around to it. I don't know. It's hard to keep up with all the new developments, whether it's the suits being withdrawn and wrong venue, and then moves by Wizards of the Coast, and it's like I need a chart to keep track of everything that's going on. But I think the next video we'll talk about the funding campaign and just kind of limit it to that. But I love these guys. As Eric Tenkar said, they are the gift that keeps on giving, or the rash that won't go away. So for now, this is Tom at Tabletop Tap Room signing out. Thanks for watching, and keep on gaming.